welcome to a time special presentation where we explore real world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author, and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. Have you heard the story of a king who sent his son, the prince, to live in a forest in the hope that he would learn the vital lesson of humility that would mold him one day into a wise ruler? This week takes you from the African fable to the thoughts of Khalil Gibran on parenting to Thiruvalluvar, who emphasizes the power of humility in shaping children to be better human beings, and how it is deeds, not gifts, that help children grow into responsible adults.
I recently came across a book of African fables. A story about a father and son caught my eye. Father is a king who has ruled for several years. He is preparing his son to take on the reins. He commanded his son to go to the jungle to learn the rhythms of the forest. "What's there to learn in a forest?" mumbled the son. But he had to obey the king's orders, so he went to the forest. After a short visit, he came back and reported to his father. "What did you hear?" the father asked. "The roar of the lion and the trumpet of the elephants." The boy was sent back to the forest. The second time, the prince could hear the din of buzzing insects and songs of the birds. He was repeatedly sent to the forest to pick up less apparent sounds. After several visits, he became more and more alert and returned to report to his father that he could now hear the bat of a butterfly and the rustle of a snake. The king still sent him back. To be the future king, the prince must learn to see the danger in silence and hear the hope in the sunrise. The prince came back wiser and stronger. He was anointed as the king. As I read the fable, I recalled a news item that made headlines a couple of years ago. The proprietor of a Surat-based 6,000 crore rupee diamond company commanded his only son to go to Kochi incognito and survive on odd jobs for a month. Dravya Dolakia, the son, had done his MBA in the US and had come back home. He was sent to Kochi with a one-way ticket, rupees 7,000 for emergency expenses and 3 sets of clothes. 3 conditions were imposed. Dravya should never use his father's name. He should never use the mobile phone, and he should survive only on what he earns. The boy endured the period by washing vessels in a hotel in Cochin, working at a call center, making 800 calls per day, and with several other mundane jobs. He never used the phone, nor the money given by his father. I was sent to a place where my language is not spoken. I still survived by the love of poor people who were ready to share whatever little they had. The experience gave me survival skills that no university in the world could teach. It also taught me the power of humility. Dravya had said, and he currently works as a senior manager in his dad's firm. Humility comes from humiliation, and unless one goes through the grueling path, he may remain the pet prince of the Doyens with no other credentials for himself. Traversing through mortification, discomforts, embarrassments, and shame is critical in one's learning journey. Wise parents prepare their heirs to take over their legacies by subjecting them to rigorous life learning skills. Those parents who do not do this put their unworthy words on high pedestals when they are not ready. These parents are cursed to see the downfall of their empire sooner than later. Such unworthy wards never learn whilst they occupy the seats of power, as they are engulfed by loyal yes-men who cheer for every word of the boss. It is difficult for parents to see their children struggle and suffer, but this pain is inevitable if they really want to see their children stand on their own merit to reach greater heights. Khalil Gibran says on parenting, "You're the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you so the arrows may go swift and far." Valluvar talks about the love of parents towards their children. He reminds the parents, children are immensely valuable to all the parents. However, the children earn their value only through their own deeds, not from what you give them on a platter. Tham Porul, Enba Tham Makkal. Avar Porul, Thatham, Vinayaan, Varum. Your children or your fortune, say the wise, but they build their fortune with their deeds.